already. Here we are in round 1. We've won the die roll. Definitely want to play first. And this hand's great. We'll keep this. Got some early plays. Can daze on 1 if we decide that's what we'd like to do. I'm gonna hold the Scalding Tarn for now. It can find us that Blood Crypt if we need to, but I don't really want. I want to draw some more lands. I want to hit Jace at least. So, all right, yeah, let's daze. But you didn't see that coming. Daze on turn 1. Slows us down a little bit, but I think this is going to be a rebuild turn for our opponent anyway. And so, maybe they'll have another dork or something, but then the turn that they play a business spell will have counterspell available. And some of these green decks can't really get off the ground without having, a dork in play. Yeah. Pretty much how I expected. Alright, so Scalding Tarn can now just find Island, but that's still fine. So drawing another 2-drop here would be nice. All right, I definitely want to counter Garrick. Garrick's really good in these decks, the green decks, where you get either Nykthos or Gaia's Cradle up and running. It's pretty nasty. Ooh, we could snap Daze here. Let's just go ahead and play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Yeah, pass the turn. So this leaves us Jace, or we could play Scalding Tarn and go Snap Counterspell next turn. Let's see what our opponent comes up with this turn. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I think that's worth Snap Daze. I'm pretty sure this works the way I want it to. Actually, let me just double check this. I actually don't know. Snapcaster and Daze. All right, so I actually cannot. Yeah, okay, I can't actually Snapcast Daze this. Sorry, folks. Messed that up. So yeah, Garrick's gonna resolve. It's pretty bad for us. We can Silumgar it eventually, I suppose. Ooh, Animate Dead. Alright, Animate Dead not online yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Scalding Tarn this turn, and we're going to pass and hope to Snapcast Counterspell. And hopefully we'll hit some big creature here, and then we'll be able to Animate Dead it on our turn. I suppose we could even Snapcast Daze if we wanted to be cheeky. Of course, only if our opponent allows that. Wolfear Silverheart? Sure. We'll counter that. Magic Online, user interface, jumping wild here. Hopefully our opponent just keeps plussing their Garrick. And then we steal it with Dragonlord Silumgar. That would be pretty sweet. Let's cast Baleful Strix. Baleful Strix is nice getting on the board at this point. Okay. So I can shock in Blood Crypt and Animate Dead the... Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah. Get the Silverheart up and running. does put our life total sort of dangerously low. All right, I'm gonna pair Silverheart with Snapcaster Mage here, and actually pressure my opponent's Garrick. Like, it's okay if we don't get to steal it. If like our opponent randomly decides to let Garrick die here, I suspect that that's not going to happen. Yeah, they're just going to trade off their beast, and then we'll still get to ultimate their Garrick next turn. Though actually they may tick down this turn because of the Baleful Strix. They may decide to tick down since our Strix can pressure it, but maybe not. We'll see. All right, nice. They ticked up. So we get to ultimate our opponent's Garrick, which is pretty awesome. Ooh, Greater Gargadon. That is interesting. Was not expecting that. Sylvan Library. All right, I don't mind Sylvan Library. We can beat a Greater Gargadon, though. It's not too big a deal. So yeah, we're just going to steal our opponent's Garrick and ultimate. Put a 6/6 for each land you control. All right. Seems good. I imagine this will prompt a concession from our opponent. See, this is why Dragonlord Silumgar is the best card in the cube. Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. That was sweet. Let's see what we get in the board here. Rift seemed actually pretty decent in that matchup. We're going to go a little bit late. Whirler Rogue, not so much what I'm looking for, I think. Nicol Bolas could be a consideration over, like, Profane Command, actually. Yeah. I like Nicol Bolas, so Summit, Shivan Reef, and Temple all come in, and 2 Swamps and an Island are out. Yeah. So then one more cut. What don't I like here? Actually like everything. Everything's so good. Probably Part the Water Veil is maybe just not gonna cut it. I mean, it's better with Nicol Bolas, so maybe that's like a thing. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more of a win more card, and like we just want to like survive up until that point. Like our opponent's going to be going off with lots of mana, so we just want to like keep the board low until then, and then like yes, at that point like then we can play Nicol Bolas and like sort of go over the top. But Part the Water Veil without an active Planeswalker is pretty disappointing. We're never going to get to like the ability of animating a land. So yeah. But I was pretty happy with that game. Nicol Bolas is just pretty unbeatable. That's the way I feel about Nicol Bolas. Or sorry, Dragonlord Silumgar. Not Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas is also kind of unbeatable, but usually it's because you've put yourself in a better position. I think this hand is fine. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with my days now that we're on the draw. Looking for a second blue source, but both Looter and the Temple will help us get there. So I expect a Dork here. Alright, or Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl is fine. So our opponent can play a 3-drop next turn. I don't think I'm too concerned with most of the 3-drops here. Alright, did not need to see Grave Titan. Let's see what Temple does. Snapcaster Mage. I don't really want Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm just going to bottom it. I think the plan right now is to play Looter next turn and then Daze, a big play from our opponent. Can't think of any 3-mana spell that's like devastating here. Yeah, Wall of Roots is fine. Bone Splitter. Bone Splitter is interesting. I don't really like it. It's a way to like convert your dorks into like late game threats, but I don't really think it's the kind of card that our opponent really wanted there. Let's go with that plan of Looter and hold up Daze. We can also Metamorph next turn, which, depending on what our opponent plays here, may be the play. We aren't equipped to deal with a Planeswalker right now, though, so we definitely don't want to see Planeswalker. Dazing here is pretty unfortunate if we have to do it, because that puts us pretty far behind on mana. All right, it looks like our opponent has nothing, which I'm okay with. All right, drawing Trop there was great. I'm going to play it. Let's just go ahead and pass the turn. I'll activate Merfolk Looter later. Having Counterspell available this turn is pretty amazing. All right, Greater Gargadon. All right. What does our opponent have? Let's go ahead and activate our Merfolk Looter here. I like having these lands, but I don't really... Well, I guess Swamp is okay. Yeah, I'm just going to discard... Oh, should have discarded Island there. I guess it doesn't matter. We're going to draw into a second Black Source eventually. Let's play Island. Leaves up both Counterspell and Daze. Seems fine. The Greater Gargadon isn't even that good in this matchup, I think. If our opponent goes deep on it and like starts sacking a bunch of stuff, right? It's just a 9/7. Like if they go deep on it, then we can counter it, which is brutal. Definitely want to counter this. Master is kind of annoying for us. I guess I could like Metamorph it, but whatever. I can also just Metamorph our opponent's Gargadon. Seems nice. Okay. You may pay 0, get the top 7 cards. You may put a creature from among them. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Summoning Trap is good here. It's good to know that our opponent has access to that. I mean, there's nothing we could really do about this. Bogart and Hellkite? Oh my god. Alright. So let's see what they target. I mean, I imagine it's just going to be, right, it's 5 damage divided. Yeah, so it'll be 1 at Merfolk Looter and then 4 at us. Yikes. Let's loot. Okay, Cyclonic Rift is kind of interesting. I mean, I can just play. Yeah, I'm gonna discard Daze here. I can just play Metamorph and kill our opponent's Bogart and Hellkite, right? Because it's just any number of creatures or players, right? So that seems fine. Yeah, and that doesn't change anything. Do I want to pay life for Metamorph? Probably, so that I can leave up Cyclonic Rift. That's my guess. Dismiss. Yeah, I'm gonna pay the life. We may need to use Cyclonic Rift this turn. I don't know. Bidding that Swamp looked pretty bad now that I can't like cast Grave Titan currently. We're gonna kill their Hellkite. Have a Hellkite. And pass. I mean, we can also like Cyclonic Rift our own guy. Or no, it's you don't control. Okay, so yeah, I can't Cyclonic Rift my own guy. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Our hand looks pretty good though. I imagine that they're gonna try to go deep on the Gargadon and then we're gonna blow them out with Cyclonic Rift. Or just miss. Our opponent needs a big play here. Alright, Secure Tribe Elder is not a big play. Wooded Foothills was a good draw. I can just slam Grave Titan this turn, but I don't even need to. I'm just going to attack with my Hellkite and just leave it up to my opponent to do something here. Since I have both Dismiss and Rift available to me, just makes a lot of sense, I think. We have a 4-turn clock. I think it's a little bit greedy to play out like so. I mean, definitely not Silmgar, but like Grave Titan even here. Like, sure, it closes the game a turn earlier, but like, I honestly can't think of much that our opponent can mount at this point that we really care about. Yeah, we just get to dismiss this. Ooh, drawing Harbinger is also nice. Guess I should have fetched there for the Overgrown Tomb, just to save us some life, but we're not. I knew we weren't casting Grave Titan anyway, because now we have Harbinger and Cyclonic Rift. We could also just like overload Cyclonic Rift. I think our opponent just can't win through that. I don't even know how many counters are on this thing. 6-time counters. Yeah, I don't like Greater Gargadon in the cube. I don't think it's that good. I mean, like, if you end up with something that allows you to dump a bunch of tokens into play, it's fine. But in general, I think it's just not very good. All right, Wolfear Silverheart. Sure. I think what I'm going to do here is just end step, crack, shock, and then Cyclonic Rift our opponent's board. They have no cards in hand. Let's get our Overgrown Tomb. Or Blood Crypt, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get, I guess Blood Crypt is just better because of Blood Crypt is better in case our opponent has some sort of land destruction. This doesn't like take us off of red. All right, now I feel like getting a little bit cheeky. Let's slam our Grave Titan here. Yeah. All right, that was pretty sweet. The all even deck is working out, so I'll see you guys in round 2.